Still not entirely certain about this, but we're going to give this a shot. I clearly don't have the screen things figured out. I mean, I'm lucky you can see me, like as a person, like in my webcam. So what we're going to try to do today is edit a starting point. Let me start the stream by saying I am not a professional sound editor. Alright, I feel much better now that I've said that, because I'm not. I am a amateur sound editor at best. Literally, at best, I am an amateur sound editor. I suppose you could make the argument for well, I don't get paid, so it can't be professional. A semi-hobbyist, we'll call it that. Semi-hobbyist. But I need to kill a bunch of birds with one stone today. So we're gonna do the stream and we're going to edit the podcast. So I like to try to listen for breaths and things first. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm always open to suggestions. But if you really want to get on and tell me I suck, yeah, I know. I don't. Not sure what I'm not sure what getting on and telling me I suck will do, because let's be real honest here, folks. I know.
Oh, we're gonna start with.
So trying to just get rid of some of this unnecessary garbage in this file. If you do happen to join, or you are somehow there and it just hasn't registered that I have a viewer yet, please feel free to talk in the chat. I'll be happy to try to talk as much as I can. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea how this is going to roll. I don't really watch IRL chats. I don't really watch the IRL streams. I don't know what they're like. I don't know what their purpose is. That's incorrect. I know what their purpose is. I just don't see where I fit in with that. Which reminds me, there's a thing at like 3 minutes or something that I...
And I am Vincent. My brother is playing Leo. Yeah.
Try to maybe get rid of an or two. So I'm kind of bummed that I'm not going to be at PAX East
This
today.
is... I am both happy and sad. And here's why.
I don't know. Like, I mean, is this even interesting? Does this interest anyone? Me doing this? I don't know. Probably not. And I'm guessing that like the whole screen's probably all messed up and it's not showing everything, and I probably fucked it all to high heaven. I don't know how to do layouts on Twitch. And I don't know.
You know, it's sort of like how I felt about Journey when I was playing it. I have the exact same feeling with this. Now, what I'm sad about is that it is the beginning of April and essentially everyone will have forgotten about this game by December when it's time to talk about Game of the Year.
No, I was talking about A Way Out right there, and I'm not saying that it should be Game of the Year. I'm saying that at least somebody should say, man, do
you have to say it, or are you just saying it? Okay.
Right? I don't know I don't know what I was saying with that. Fuck.
I feel like there's some racism in that.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Gosh, I don't know, man. I'm just also not feeling self-confident, and I need to get this done, and I forgot I need to text my wife to wish her luck in her interview. I don't know. Text to wife. Good luck. Exclamation point. Almost forgot my wife has an interview. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's get back to it with the 0 viewers. I'm not actually blaming anybody for that. I don't know.
Right.
Hold on. I'm gonna... So, one of the problems with academia is schools that have tenure track jobs that they're interviewing for know they have you
free trial
over a barrel, because essentially a tenure track job is a job. There are so many fish in the pond that they know they have you, and basically are like, well, we can do whatever we want because we have you. Because so many people, like, if you don't want to, live in the middle of nowhere, well, let me tell you, there's about there are at least 100 or 200 people who want to live in the middle of nowhere just to have this tenure track job. So that's, yeah.
Yes.
Someday we'll have it, I'll just do a really frank after my wife has a tenure track job, I'll do a frank discussion of how much I hate academia. How much I hate academia.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
What is that? That weird snapping noise. Like, I know when it's Corey, because a lot of times he, we both do. We got like that. That's ridiculously annoying.
Mm-hmm.
This is not compelling.
All right.
I'm just realizing that this is not compelling. I'm not creative. I'm not making anything. I don't know. Whatever. I have to do this, and I'd like to stream today.
They have little descriptors, kind of like, not likes and dislikes. He likes, walks on the beach type thing, but a little bit of background, just a general, bio. We'll call it that. And my brother was like, "This is me," and I read mine. I'm like, "This is me." like my brother and I are not. I mean, we have very similar sounding voices. Like our voices sound the same, but other than that, my brother and I are quite different individuals. So
I have stupid Pearl Jam stuck in my head. Would you believe that? I have stupid Pearl Jam stuck in my head. That's the only problem. So, when we bought our new car, we got a free trial to SiriusXM, which is great, except for there is a great channel that my wife and I both enjoy because we're both from the 90s type thing. We both grew up in the 90s. Lithium. And they play a lot of great 90s grunge, alternative. It's fantastic, except for the fact that they really love the Foo Fighters and they really love the Pearl Jam.
yeah.
Every band takes like
for those who are unfamiliar,
that.
Vincent is the college educated, more he has he is a
Yeah, it's bad. Like, I mean, they just
he's a little more cautious, and Leo is kind of a bit of a hothead. Will just snap and
yeah. I mean, not that I have nothing against Foo Fighters. I really don't. I just don't need to hear them all the time. If I wanted to hear a lot of Foo Fighters,
he is graduate. His degree is from the School of Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Like, if I wanted to hear that much Foo Fighters, I would put in the Foo Fighters CDs that I own. Right? But who wants to listen to that much Foo Fighters unless you have like you're listening to like a Foo Fighters playlist or something? No, I purposefully put this on because I didn't want to listen to Pearl Jam radio,
I mean, I probably would end up getting into a bunch of fights also. Mm-hmm. The nose plays.
Wow, I can't believe I made that joke. First off, that joke isn't... I mean, okay, so the joke fit in the time period, but let's face it, that joke is... I mean, gosh, the first... the remake of Ocean's 11 is... well, it's Ocean's 13, I suppose. And that was, I don't know, 10 years ago? I don't know. It was a long time. It was a while ago. We'll just say a while ago. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is I also need to be concentrating, and I haven't figured out how to do that while talking, especially when I need to be listening. I have to do active listening, and that's
basically
just not
pushed together, even though they're not, they're not friends. Like there's no friendship there at all. And I would even argue, in the plane when you're going, right?
I don't know. They were just oh man. I don't know. Maybe this was a mistake.
Your decisions decide. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. It's
shout out to
and when you
Chris
talk
Bergman.
about it,
Definitely give a shout out to Chris Bergman, who was a fantastic individual and is now hosting me. Shout out to him. Like, seriously, folks, you need to go watch Bergs One on Twitch. Just because he's just a fantastic person. Like, I mean, he's just a great guy, and you should be probably... Although, I have to admit, so far I've only seen him play PUBG, so if you're not really into PUBG, I don't really know what to tell you with that. He's entertaining regardless of whether or not you like PUBG, so you may just want to put it on and listen to him talk, because he's funny. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Do 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 do. Sometimes I just erase stuff that I know, like this. This is clearly me breathing. No one wants to listen to me go. At least I don't.
Like
that's awful. We're just gonna get rid of a giant because we can.
Like how they present the game is a part of the experience. So, there's you playing, and then there's your partner playing, and you have to have communication. Like it's not it's not like one of those things where you can just do your own thing. I mean, you have to communicate with your partner.
That is the truth, man. The way out is great, but man, the minute that you don't really communicate with your partner, you both will die.
Mm-hmm.
Just die. I fully admit that in this episode, I have one of those moments where I'm like, do not ruin my childhood. And I can't explain why, though. Like, it's really terrible. I really cannot explain why.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, if you watch the first 3 seconds when you see that they're not in jail and they're in a plane, I'm just saying, they're...
This is just taking forever. Maybe I just don't have it today. This is the most exciting part of the show right here, where I'm going to text my wife because she's you can do this. All right. Hello to my one viewer. Thank you for coming. Jump in the chat. Right. Let me know that you're here and say hello, and we'll chat. Is this me laughing? I think this is me laughing. Is my laugh annoying? No one's ever told me, but I feel like my laugh's just okay. Like, it's not really annoying, but it's not really like one of those, nice, full laughs that people really enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, and what I have liked, one thing I have noticed is that at the beginning, the game is very hand-holdy. Like, it tells you, go here, do this, and then as you progress, it slowly...
I really don't feel like we were spoilery. I thought we did a really good job at not being too spoilery about A Way Out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
was that? I don't know. I'm just going to get rid of it. So,
yeah. And one of the things that I do like, and
confused.
I catch myself doing it, is I start there are times where I'm walking around and I'm playing the game like a...
Yeah, I sometimes play the game like a video game, in which it's not I mean, like, it's really not a video game. It's like an interactive experience. It's more like an interactive experience. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
We have got to come up with a better name than games. The term games is just... ugh. It's awful. Just awful.
Yeah. I mean, because there are things you can do that have nothing to do with the game. Like, have nothing to do with the... I started...
I don't know.
I started a load of laundry. Because I could. Yeah. Although
I don't know.
no.
So maybe this isn't a great forum for this because I'm having a little trouble like trying to reconcile like talking to the audience, and I should probably be doing this together maybe. I don't know. There's a part at the end where I'm like, maybe I should just cut out like the last 10 minutes because it's not exactly compelling. It's us just babbling about garbage, and I don't know.
Yeah, to get
what do you want me to call that?
Yeah, because there's a few times where
Corey.
you're trying to move forward and you hit a brick wall, and you're like, all right, we have to get past this wall, and then you're like, all right.
Wow, I am having trouble finding my words this last night. I gotta admit, Corey, I don't feel like I've done particularly well the last couple of episodes. I'm gonna have to do something about that. How so? We've sort of been coming up with some of the stuff on the fly, and I don't know. I feel like I need to like rededicate myself to the cause. Sometimes the problem is I'm just so flippin' tired by the time we do it. And there's no way around it. I'm even drinking caffeine at night. That is true. We are starved for games. Although, I thought we had a really good... I thought we did have a good conversation about A Way Out last night.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is with recording earlier is Daria's still awake. She is a bit of a handful at night, so my wife and I just kind of, tag team it because there's really nothing else to do other than tag team her. Well, that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. The two of us go after her and chase her around and whatever. And eventually one of us goes, okay, I need like 5 minutes, like to myself. That's the only problem with having kids when you're older.
In a game, you're like, okay, I'll go over here and I'll stand on the...
Like, you just don't... Like, they're all full of energy and you just don't have that same energy. Sometimes I wonder if the best thing for us to do is to have kids when we're younger. Even though, clearly, financially, I would not have been ready for it. And maturity-wise... Of course, I'm not saying I'm mature now, clearly. I'm not mature now.
Yeah, oh yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
See, like this. Like, this is silly, but I pull out a lot of these breaths. Maybe that's where I thought why this takes so long. I don't know.
Men. But two guys being together, okay, let's go solve these puzzles. You have to be a unit to do it. Right.
And then there are these large blocks where I'll just take swaths and mute it just because you don't need to hear me breathing in the background. It's not really that important. If I'd have known you'd be on, Corey, I would have done your stream, your line first, so I could yell every time that your chair squeaks. Not yell. Oh, Corey, I also decided that we really need to try to get a panel at PAX South next year. Like, we need to make that a thing. Because maybe if we don't even fill the room, maybe we'll get a few new people.
I
would
ran
help a
into a
lot.
person.
Maybe we can see if Kanata's going to be there with We Have Concerns, and maybe we can rope him into being on the show. Maybe I shouldn't think of our guests as people we've tricked into being on the show.
It was just one of those things like, but I wouldn't have said that had I not talked to the first person.
Have you crossed the bridge yet? I meant to ask you that. Yeah, I would love to have a list of special guests. Oh, so you haven't gotten across the bridge yet. Okay. I realized that that as I was talking, I was like, you're not that far yet. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have talked about that. Because there's definitely... I have a question for you, but I want to wait till you get a bit further. Has to do with Vincent and Leo.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. The more you go, the further you from where that is, then there's some competition.
Wow. That chunk of audio data I could probably just delete. That was me. I'm not even sure what I was saying. I don't entirely. That is just awful. That is just awful. I got it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
that happens to me so often where my brain just and then my mouth doesn't quite catch up.
You know, I mean, I shouldn't say it's for everybody, but I mean, I think
like that. What did that mean? I mean, I know what I meant, but it sounded awful. I did end up finishing Altered Carbon last night. That was really good. Finished the last 2 episodes.
Yep. Speaking of games where...
That was my terrible segue. I'm just wondering, are they going to try to have a second season?
Dude, it's 5 minutes of excitement followed by 20...
I don't know if I want... Do I want them to have
another
really?
Season? I'm not surprised.
Like the quest for Kel.
Wait, aren't they all gray and black boxes in the main game?
It was funny after we had talked about PUBG and I was talking about how bare it is. I do remember Bergman and a few other people talking about how the new map, like, it didn't have furniture and stuff in the houses, and how that kind of weirded them out. And I was like, didn't really catch it until like I thought about it afterwards.
I will admit that sometimes I just like watching Bergman play.
That is true.
I like...
I'm just going to pull this out. Because I can. So I wanted to stream this morning, but I was up with Daria from I don't know, 2:30 to 4 or some shit. So I was just super tired. I overslept. So I woke up at I don't know, 9:30 7:30. So like, all right, I'll shower real quick.
His
and
stream
then we'll
is
do
sponsored
this.
by last night was Cheetos. Yeah, and he was just sitting there just pounding. He was
I would like to make a disclaimer that he is not, encouraging people to consume alcohol or to excess, or was not doing it necessarily on purpose to be inebriated on stream or break the Twitch terms of service. I realized how incriminating that ended up being afterwards.
he's great. So it's kind of the only time I'm ever interested in watching any PUBG, just because he makes it entertaining.
Which is, funnily enough, that's what I said when I saw that he was hosting me. Is that you can not even really like PUBG and yet still find it entertaining because of Bergman's stream.
Yeah. So as you would expect,
maybe we could. Maybe one of the things I should be doing is just taking everything I say out of context and just rolling with that.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and Fortnite have.
I mean, they're terrible games. That's what I was trying to say. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they're terrible games, and that's what I was trying to say. Because I know the context.
Some other games that some individuals have, taken the idea of a battle royale, which
I'm not even sure where to riff on that because I'm an idiot who took 15 seconds to say something that could have been said in 3. I don't know, Corey. I have to admit, man, I find it really it's difficult because I'm trying to actively listen to stuff that's happening in here, and then trying to look at the chat, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. How do people they're painting and
mobile only game.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. But first of all, no one can actually multitask.
Chinese. It's a Chinese.
You can't actually multitask. It's not physically possible. So right then and there, in theory, I stopped talking to you in order to click the button to silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. At least I got coffee this morning. Yeah, but you're not actively listening to both streams at the same time. I mean, you're watching Bumblebee, play Far Cry. Which is weird. How do you... Yes, you need copy. Or coffee. Both. It's funny how I was considering, just a second ago, I'm what I would do is I would double sleeve and send one of them to work, and then I would stay home. But then I realized that's just torture for that other person. That's just torturous to that other person. What a horrible thing to do to them. All right. Yes.
Oh, I saw you made a yellow cake with chocolate.
Oh, this is great. This is where I just make up a billion analogies.
No. This was, they made a yellow cake with chocolate frosting. You picked that cake up, scraped the chocolate frosting.
How many analogies can Brian make in one episode? I can make many, let me tell you, because I did. Oh, I thought I hit the button. Okay. At some point, I'm going to click this one instead of this one. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm trying to think of what that. I'm thinking it's like I'm thinking of the hexadecimal. It's like, see,
Yeah. Well, I'm hilarious.
yeah. You see. No, on mine it's not dun 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 dun. It's
Yep. Here we go. There's another one. I'm just a hilarious motherfucker, I guess. This is what Teddy and I always talk about when you're like editing your own voice. You just get annoyed with it, and you're just like, fuck me. I don't care anymore. I am an asshole. I don't jack off. No, I admit it. It's the worst. And what China job were you applying for?
Our dwarves, their mustaches aren't as big as yours. Yeah. Yeah.
I literally just chuckled at myself for 6 seconds. I was amused with myself. That's unbelievable. No, but Hyper-V, Corey. We have the video to prove what an expert you are at it. Let's put the Hyper-V video in somewhere. Maybe that's what I need. I need one of those bots that throw things into the chat like, watch Corey do Hyper-V video here. With a link.
Then your Snoopy character. Totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea how that scripting stuff works. By the way, how bad is the video? Like, I mean, the stream? Because I'm guessing there's like a big black bar on one side or something, and maybe on both sides. I don't know. I need to figure out how layouts work. Both sides. Awesome. I stretched it out. I stretched out the monitor as much as possible, but the problem is... Oh, I don't. I did a screen capture for just this section of the screen. This section right here. As opposed to over here, where one of the bars is the Twitch chat, and the other bar is... I don't know what the other bar is. Actually, the other bar is... Because of the size of this and the way it fits... height-wise, it doesn't stretch out to the entire width of the. So it's like I kind of understand it, but I don't know. I just wanted to get started, and then I'll fix it in post. And by in post, I mean next time. So really, it's not in post at all. It's
anywhere you see a person who opens up a shop and they sell coffee, and you.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
I need to figure out how layouts work.
Actually, it's not terrible. Like, if I moved it over...
Sides.
If I moved it over... Hold on, let me see if I can do this real quick. If I move this over just a smidgen and make the black bars... Like, that's much better. Alright, so let's do that. So there you go. Now it should look a little bit cleaner. I mean, it's still... Whoa. I never, ever said anything like that. At least I didn't say something like... I'm not a racist screen formatter, but...
Yeah. It's... Yeah.
Oh, Lord. That's both funny and not funny. Thank God it's just you, Corey. What is that emoji supposed to be? Mike B. Yikes. Okay. I don't know what a Mike B. Yikes is, but you kids and your emojis and your dank memes. I don't even know if I know what a dank meme is. I'm just using it probably improperly. Yeah, I mean, like if I was to do this for reals, I would definitely have to have emojis and stuff. But let's get to affiliate first, and then we'll worry about emojis, and we'll worry about stuff like that. Maybe sound editing doesn't work because of just the fact that I gotta listen. I gotta actively listen as opposed to being able to talk and play at the same time.
Okay.
I did have someone ask me the other day, how do you do that? How do you play the game and concentrate at the same, and talk at the same time? And I kind of didn't really have an answer for her, because a lot of the games that I play have been all JRPGs, so it's kind of easy to kind of zone out and talk. But I don't know, there is something about just being able to put it in the back burner and... Wow, that was a lot of me just laughing at myself again. Alright, we're going to cut that down. Because, seriously, I'm so amusing. I'm so amused by myself.
Right.
Also, no one needs to hear me clicking on my freaking mouse. It's the worst. Screw it, I don't even know what that is. Also, I wrote down that we did something about the 3-minute mark. I have to figure out what that is and find out whether or not I really need to delete that.
Who did we say last week? Who was that? Bradley Cooper. He kind of reminds me of a very gaunt.
Yeah, the old gaunt Bradley Cooper. Maybe that should be the name of this episode, Gaunt Bradley Cooper. I still hadn't really come up with a name other than just calling it A Way Out, which sounds really uninspired.
Okay, I understand now.
But Gaunt Bradley Cooper might be it. Are you down for Gaunt Bradley Cooper as the name of the episode?
Yeah. Good thing we're doing it live, because I was worried for a second. Go ahead. Thank goodness thank good.
I really wish I could stop breathing on our episodes. It takes up a lot of my time, all this breathing. So what makes you want to be a software engineer or solutions engineer instead of being a great Hyper-V expert? Other than you're the only Hyper-V expert they have. Oh, well. That's music to my ears. Yeah, I'm not going to correct what I said. I feel like at least what it sounds like, some of these individuals maybe not 15. Maybe it's more like a couple. At least I'm not going to cut that out, because at least that's me laughing at you, or laughing at what you're saying, as opposed to me laughing at myself. Just being like, ha, I'm the cleverest motherfucker alive! Ha ha! Like, sometimes I really do, especially when I'm editing. It's the worst because you're just like, I expect myself to have like a fucking monocle with a cup of tea and being like, oh, I am the cleverest motherfucker alive. Well, by the way, and I also have a top hat, and I use my mustache wax to really, yeah, definitely need the top hat. Absolutely. To really get to get it going. God, it's so pathetic. Sometimes I even feel it happening in advance. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm about to think I'm the cleverest motherfucker alive. There it is! I'm the cleverest motherfucker alive! That's how it goes. What is this? Yeah, I don't even know what that is. We're just going to get rid of that. Sometimes I do that. I'm like, I don't even know why I chuckled right there, but you know what? You're talking, and you don't need to hear me chuckling. Or going, like that sound. Like, you don't need that. No one needs that.
Nice. That seems fair.
Oh my god, my own voice. Just the worst. It's only a 50-minute podcast. By the way, I need to look up our guests' like game and like look at it and maybe watch the trailer for it or something. You know, prep. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I feel like I'm not doing enough prep for the shows, and maybe that's the issue. Maybe I feel like I'm not giving you enough of effort.
That you want a Last Starfighter reboot, and I'm going
this is
to
me.
put a hard no.
I did say this earlier, but I don't know why I'm having such a hard time expressing exactly how I feel about why it's bothering me. Sort of like that, Neverending Story and Princess Bride, for some reason, cut real close to the bone. Just real close to the bone. Sort of like, I feel the same way. Oh, I'm going to add another one. Transformers the movie. Like, if they were to try to redo that, I would be extremely unhappy. Just,
I don't know. A little, just.
Yeah, no, I mean, if they tried to redo the cartoon movie, and here's the problem with the Michael Bay films, is you have two choices. You can either take it as just a cool ass robot movie with lots of explosions, or you can really look into it. Like, it's sort of like you really don't want to ever view the first Independence Day. Like, you don't want to put too fine a comb into it, because otherwise you start doing the you know what I'm saying? Like, I sort of put it into the don't overanalyze it, and maybe it's not so bad. No, mind you, that's the first one. After the first one, it starts exponentially getting terrible. Like, it's not a slope, you know, it's not a 45-degree angle of a slope. It is whoop, like that. It is the exponential curve to zero. We die. The exponential curve to zero. Oh, the Corey dude. We have to. I have a couple of things I want to pull. There's a great line in the new Inspector Gadget on Netflix. I finally found it again. It's in season 3, and Gadget sees something and goes, "Someone call science!" I don't know why, but it's like, it just seems so hilarious to just be like if you say something, and I'll be like that seems revelatory, then be like, "Someone call science!" and let them know. All right, Corey.
I'm just saying.
Let's be serious here.
For some reason, is giving me a little more trouble.
Do we keep the stuff for like the last 10 minutes, or do I cut it? I mean, it's probably fine. It's a lot of fluff. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of garbage in this last 10 minutes. Maybe I'll try re-listening to it. I don't know.
Yep, you can find me on Twitter or on Twitch as Quiglin, Quiglin.
Yeah, but that also means I'm going to have to peel through it pretty closely to see where I can cut and where, because obviously I need to keep keep our stuff, but we did do a lot of good shout outs. I feel like we did do, I don't know. I guess the question is am I feeling lazy or not? Because if I'm feeling lazy, then it's probably not going to happen. Like, people are really just going to get all of it. What? I don't know. I would have to look. That's a good question. Because I'm at the 46-minute mark and we're at 51 minutes.
Okay. Quizzly?
Like that. Like there was a whole where I'm just making fun of you, which I really got to stop doing. But I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking it's going to save probably 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, maybe. But I don't know. I'll have to like, once I do, I'll do your track, and then I'll see maybe I'll re-listen to the last like 10 minutes and see what I can and can't pull out. Yeah. Oh, I have something in my eye. Something in my eye. So I got to pay attention too, because Vanessa's bringing Daria home early because she has a workshop this afternoon in Lexington. So I won't have a car to pick up Daria from daycare, so kind of need to pick her up early. So I'll have her in the afternoon. Thankfully, the very first thing she'll do is a nap.
Breaking news.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's from here on. So that's only saving us maybe like 3 minutes. I mean, do we really need to save 3 minutes? Like, is that super necessary? I don't know. Wow, this. I put a lot more time into doing editing than I thought I did. Apparently, I thought I only put like a half an hour, but I've been doing this for like an hour, and I'm only done my track. Of course, it might be taking a little longer because I'm talking also. I had a hearty laugh, so it can't be all bad. Boop. Oh, you boop me. Still one of the best lines. Have you watched A Good Place yet, Corey? If not, you really should watch it. It's really good. But that's like the very first thing is she gets there, and like the woman comes up and goes, "Hi," and then goes boop. And she's like, "Oh, you booped me." I don't know why, that just really always
through
caught
Twitter
me
or whatever your social media platform of choice is. That'd be great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do admit it's not for everyone, but it is. It's basically Ethics the Show. which is interesting to my wife, but I also... I just don't know how you don't like...
Word of
that was really terrible. That was really terrible. What was I talking about? Oh, Kristen Bell. I don't know how you don't like Kristen Bell. She just seems like, I don't know, just like a decent, like an actual decent person, and you're like, what the hell is this? A decent person on television? It's freaking me out, man. Oh, I should write that on my list.
That's spooky.
I did try to do the Omaze thing where you get to go on a double date with them. We didn't win.
Huh. No, so that's where you get all your memes?
Yeah. I would have loved that where Vanessa and I could have gone out to meet with them and have a double date with them. Maybe we could have brought Daria and have them use their sitter or nanny or whatever they have. Oh, so Corey, they still haven't fixed my car. I have to bring it back at some point. Technology. Also, if you haven't noticed, there's a 1 second difference. Yeah, they had to order more parts. My guess is what they're going to do is they're just going to pull all the cords out and replace all the cords and the connectors or whatever, because and I don't know what idiot did this, but apparently all the electronics that go into the car all go behind the dash and basically go into one router instead of like multiple connector. Like it just all kind of into one place, and I'm like, well, what if something happens to that one place? Like you would have to you would have to fix everything. It just, why would all the cords be running into one central spot? I mean, it's almost, I don't know. It just seems like a poor design choice. But oh, good. She thought it went well. So hopefully that's a good sign. All right. So that's me. Somebody calls science. Exactly. All right. Let's start with the Corey. That one's easy. Here, Corey, you ready to be annoyed? You have to listen to your own voice now for a while.
And I'm Corey Dockendorf. And
it's the worst.
April 5th, 2018, our starting point is A Way Out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be surprised, but I, for some reason, had it in my head that we were going to start with the PUBG, and then you said A Way Out, and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, no, I completely understand. I don't think anyone... In truth, I'm not sure anyone should listen to our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's just one of those things where I... Internally, like, I had it in my head. That was what we were going to do. And then when you didn't do that, my brain just kind of went... like that until I caught back up. Yeah, I was a little surprised. Not in a bad way, like,
oh yeah,
I can't believe you, Corey. How could you betray me like that? It's not like it was. It really wasn't like that. It was more like, oh crap. I'm catching up. It's cool. We're cool. Cool. Oh, that's you banging the desk, so I can remove that.
We have to say that because he's Russian, so like he's very please.
still feel like that's racist, man.
No, I
somewhere.
have to say it. I have to say it. So, like, if I...
To me, doing that is almost akin to maybe like, you know, like doing "It's a me" for every time you talk about an Italian person.
That's not racism at all. That's very broken English, but not racist at all. He hit me up the other day, and he's like, "Hey, I bought a way out. Let's."
Well, wait a second. So, you got a clip of Mike talking in stream, and that seems like, if it's his stream, I guess I would assume he's talking in it, right? It's something in particular. Now, I'm not going to click on that quite right now. Although, because again, we're back to it'd be super meta to watch a clip. Well, I did watch a clip of myself of the stream that I was doing currently. Yeah, that's... I guess I didn't realize how messed up that was.
You can go onto the Origin app and download it as a quote-unquote trial, and then when your buddy invites you, he gets a free trial. And then when your buddy invites you, you get a free pass to play.
That was pretty brilliant of them to do that. Which is really surprising because it's EA, so you just would assume, well, it's a $30 game, you'd make both people pay $30 for it. Seems like the EA thing to do. So the fact that they didn't do it was pretty amazing.
No, it's a great game. It's a definite. If you enjoy co-op games, and we played it for hours, and I also am playing Vincent, by the way, and he's playing Leo, but his son's name is Leo. So
if it wasn't clear, it was not surprising that you're playing Vincent.
So. Oh, yeah?
Like that. What is that? That's your chair moving. So, Corey, that's what these are the kind of things that I pull out.
Right.
By the way, that's what your chair sounds like. Oh yeah, no dude, your mic is awesome. Almost a little too awesome. Almost a little too ref.
So Bo and I didn't even get to pick. Like he was like, "I'll just play Leo." I was like, "Great," and I was like,
Oh yeah, no dude, your mic is stellar. Which is still why I don't understand. Like, that's why I still don't understand why the company put a physical, mechanical button for muting. I still don't understand it because the mic picks up so much. Like, it is so good.
Oh.
Minus that one design flaw.
We're just gonna keep going.
I will keep going. I'll keep editing. Well, I'll edit until Vanessa brings Daria home. And then I'll wait for Daria to go to sleep. When Daria takes her nap, then I'll finish editing.
2 players. You guys, Leo is already in jail.
I realized somewhere along the way that I was like, oh crap, today's Friday. which means we really have to get it out today.
Yeah.
Because Twitter sucks on the weekends. People aren't going to pay attention.
But at the same time, your decisions figure out.
Now, in your new house, man, have the kids decided what rooms they want, or has there been any talk about that? That's got to be exciting. Thinking about their new rooms and shit. Now, are all the bedrooms
Which
on the
is
same
cool
floor?
because like I'll be walking by and I'm not really doing anything. I'm just like walking naked.
Maybe we should cut that. I'm walking naked. Oh, a reading nook would be awesome. So how are you going to do that? You can just like pile a bunch of cool pillows in a thing, or are you going to put like a window seat? Or a chase lounge. That would be pretty cool. Or one of those ones where you it's like a like the wicker basket. Yeah, I was gonna say like a wicker basket like hangs from the ceiling, or an egg chair. That's where you can close the pod. That'd be cool. If she had a thing where she can close the pod and read.
Yep.
Or play her Switch. Wink.
It relies heavily on voice chat. I don't know. So there's a part that I wanted to talk to you about in the.
But Jay's getting one. And if Jay's getting one, you should get one.
What are you doing? But at the same time, so Bo and I are at a point. Well, we got out of jail finally. So again,
so much of this stuff, I love it because it's so out of context. So Bo and I just got out of jail.
yeah, right. There is some foreshadowing there.
Yeah, I don't know. Spyro like had so little to do with I had no connection with Spyro whatsoever. So it Spyro coming back out means nothing to me. Just nothing to me. When like Spyro and Crash and all those sort of happened, I was PC gaming only. So I was so stuck on PC gaming. So yeah. That's true, he does love Skylanders. That's a good point. That is a good point. I had not thought of that.
Ready? We're gonna go up, and Leo's like, "No, I'm not gonna do this." And Vince is like, "No, it totally works." And then he goes up, and you have to step. That's a button. The next step is a button. So Bo and I are playing this game.
That was such a great reveal that he's like, "Yeah, I didn't really know that was going to work. I just saw it in a comic book." And he's like, "Wait. We did that whole thing based on a comic book?" And he's like, "Yeah." Oh, like he was pissed. It was great. It was great.
Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many weird characters in that game.
Sure.
It's so great. Like the guy who loves sniffing the tar. That was a weird guy.
Easter egg.
Had nothing to do with the game. There we go. Oh, yeah. Whoop.
The boss's office. There's a couple things you can click on that give you Easter eggs. So, like, my buddy went.
I was a little bummed that I'm the only one who got the achievement for the bird, even though my brother's the one that released him, because I'm the one who owns the game and he doesn't. Which is, I guess, fair in that you didn't buy for the game, you shouldn't get the gamer score. But, I mean, technically he did do the achievement.
But like you needed sheets because you had to like scroll. Sure.
Fucking
Yeah.
Pearl Jam. Stuck in my... Got a fucking earworm.
Yeah, and that's what I was most concerned about, is for it to be tedious. And it doesn't feel that way at all, which is most advantageous to this style of game with your...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you made an excellent point there, because if I had to redo those things, I would have been just livid. It would have broken me out of the experience to have to... Where if I had to climb back down and then walk back to our cell, going up the sheets and going back through the vent, and that would have... Yeah. My brother would have been okay with it. He said he would have been okay with it, but I would not have been okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love games, but they also need to respect my time sometimes. I need them to respect what I'm doing.
I didn't really use the flashlight. Like, Bo was just like, yeah, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah. Actually, if anything, the flashlight section is probably my least favorite section of the game so far. I know that's... I mean, and it was such a short, silly section, but it just... They were trying to re-emphasize the necessity of the teamwork, and I'm like, I feel like...
Yes, and you have to work together.
Demonstrated that.
And that, I think, is the most fascinating thing about this game, is that you have to work together. Very rarely...
It was like reiterating a point after you've just spent, like, 3 hours lecturing me on it. It's like, well, no, I got the point. I picked up what you were putting down, but I need you to just stop.
If you don't have your partner, you can't accomplish anything, is what it is. At all. And that's what's...
Oh. I'm just happy I haven't... All right. Well, thanks for coming by, Corey. I appreciate it, man. Hope you enjoy your lunch. Wow, I guess it's 11 o'clock. Oh, I was going to say it's only like 10 o'clock for there, but it's not. It's 11. You're good. Yeah, enjoy your lunch, man. Take it easy.
And? Oh, yeah. Yep.
I almost said you couldn't have lunch because it was only 10 o'clock. I decide when you have lunch. I do. 11 o'clock is okay.
That I wish we had more games like this. I wish that give me a 4-player game where we have to make decisions. I don't need to run it. You know.
Oh man, she's gonna be home soon.
You know, talk to them, and I was like, let me chat with them, and they were like, get away from me. And I was like, all right, cool. So I backed away, but my buddy comes over and starts talking to them, and they're like, oh, you've been here longer. They have a different dialogue, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. They have different rapport with the different characters. It just makes it feel more alive, even if it's, I don't want to say if it is or isn't, it just feels more alive. Alright. So
Nice. Yeah, so if you're into multiplayer games, if you have a person
Oh man, I might have to speed this up a bit.
easily. And it's something that you're going to go. Yeah. I couldn't get a good group together. I just wasn't having enough time to play it. I don't know, man. There were a lot of things. I enjoy watching it. I've watched a couple streamers play the game, and then they close the test.
Alright, so those are the sort of things I'm really looking for, those sort of
amazing.
Like those bum.
Nice.
Alright, so I'll do this, and this, and this, and that. Oh boy. I'm only about halfway done with this thing, and I really don't want to get... Oh, man. I want to give it the time it deserves, but on the other hand, I also need to get this out today because, like I said previously, like, whew, I don't know, man.
Sure.
Releasing a podcast over the weekend just doesn't work. Wow, that was awful.
Right.
Oh, I meant to fix that. Okay.
Right. Right.
itch in my hand. This is weird. That was a weird itch.
Wee bit.
I'll have to wait till... Hopefully when Daria goes down for a nap, I'll be able to eat a little lunch. I don't even know what's there for lunch. We have like chicken stir fry, maybe?
Yep.
I think that's what we have. Chicken. Do I have like a chick? I do. I have like a chicken stir fry or something. I'll have to see what's there. Decide if I'm going to eat that or not. I know my wife's got to run because she's got to go to Lexington. Tomorrow we're going to go to... We are going to go with...
Was this not the same thing? Because it's the same thing. And I went, oh. Hashtag thank you.
Hashtag thank you. Hold on, what is this?
Oh, it's the...
Okay, so I can get rid of at least this part. Do you ever have that feeling of being like, hey, it's noon, I really could use some alcohol?
But so with the...
I could really use some alcohol.
So with the... So PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battleground actually is starting to... Please stop. Cease and desist. And that's...
Oi. I have to admit, man, after the other day when I had like an average of viewership of like 4 or 5 to have today be 0, that's it's gonna hurt.
Right, that's
average.
exactly it. And we go, what?
I don't even know how we're gonna make it work, and once I go back to work, and I don't know. Maybe I'll try to start just streaming more regular, like do a consistent stream at night and try to do that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, totally different.
In case you're wondering, this is what a crisis of confidence looks like at 12 noon on a Friday. All right. Oh, where
It's even the image is rough to watch. That I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Good times. So what else do we have, bro?
What the what?
But I have been playing a lot of it lately with friends.
Okay, good. We can get rid of that.
I am enjoying it.
Oh,
I actually play it solo for a while. Far Cry does a really great thing here, is that they give you the opportunity to...
I don't know, maybe I should cut off the stream so I can get back to do it a little more quickly, and I hate for it to be recorded about how there are things that I probably would have pulled otherwise, and I'm just like leaving them in there now because I don't want to embarrass myself because stuff.
And the multiplayer experience is seamless. Which, as we talked about...
Ow. I actually had carpal tunnel surgery on both hands, both wrists, and my wrists still are messed up.
And then Boomer runs over,
It's just not,
my AI component,
perfect.
and goes, "Hey, you should get up."
Oh, well.
And he gets me up, and I respawn, and I
Talking about Far Cry 5. Or Corey's talking about it. I have not played it. Though I have to admit, I've been considering getting, when it comes out next month, is State of Decay 2.
Far
really
Cry
play the
has
first
Far Cry
one,
5
and
has a
then-
lot of those components.
But it interests me, especially with streaming and stuff. Oh, excuse me. Still looking. Sorry if I'm being a little distracted. I'm kind of trying to do a little bit faster, and
When he talks to you,
Oh,
you're
never mind, that
you're
person's gone.
You're not
Oh, well.
inspired. You're just like, oh,
I feel bad. I don't know how to make myself more interesting. I mean, let's be honest, this is not exactly the most interesting thing in the world where I'm just sitting here getting rid of stuff.
yeah. So there's 3 areas. There's a north area, east, and west. East is Faith, this crazy woman that's like doped up on a drug called Bliss.
Alright.
Joseph is the main character.
All right, folks.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
look this
have
up
to-
real quick because they're
Let me stop this. Alright. Thank you, everybody. Oh, that went weird real fast. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll be playing some Finish Up Ni no Kuni.